You're tuned in to the Afterparty.com.
You are tuned into the side on THAafterparty.com.
Hello, I'm Boss Hog, host of the Pettigrew Radio Show. Tune in every Sunday from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. for hot topics, sports, and our infamous Shade Tree. Catch us every Sunday on the A side of the After Party Radio. See you at the party.
Yo, what's up? I am your boy Boss Hog, host of the Pettigrew Radio Show. We have a great show lined up for you guys today, but as usual, I got to introduce my partners in crime, my co-host, and we have a brother who's not familiar to the show, but he might be new to you guys. So, ladies first in the building, we have the good doctor. Yo, yo, yo.
Happy, sorry, Sunday fun day.
Jesus, don't get nobody
5
cold.
days and counting.
Yeah. In the building we have Mr.
Mr.
I don't know how to
Can't
describe my
remember.
boy.
Yeah,
I know. I'm just trying to figure out how the hell I'm
He
introducing
gotta
him
get his
today.
own tag.
This boy is clean.
Mm-hmm.
If you are watching on
Wakanda
social
forever.
media,
God.
Wakanda forever. Matter of
Yeah.
fact, I was just looking at the damn hat on Instagram. I was like, oh my God, I gotta get it, and he's rocking this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure appreciate you. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. Listen, he's fresh to death, got his black and white on. We are a black show, and I'm like, well, maybe he's just trying to get centered and shit. In the building, we got my boy, B-Rock. What's good?
What's good, fam? Y'all know what it is. It's your man from Fort Worth, B-Rock G, a.k.a. Mr. Incredible, a.k.a. Mr. Incredibly Petty, a.k.a. the Mad Hatter. What's
The
good?
Mad
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
I like that. That boy been
We have
home
Mr. I Can Help You and the
practicing.
Mad
Yes,
Hatter.
sir.
Yeah.
Also in the building,
Yeah,
man.
I like it.
It's another brother who go hard too, man. I love having guys who's like, man, just put me in the game. And they've been running with it. Matter of fact, so much, man, that we've literally our
What happened?
social media
Yeah.
has jumped up to, I think about the last time I checked, 125,000 we reached this past month or whatever, and that come from this brother posting videos, memes, and everything else. So, and to the Pettigrew page, he got on that blue suit, and he posing,
Aqua.
looking down, aqua. Yeah, that's what the good
Aqua.
doctor said, aqua. And he was also featured in Voyage Dallas magazine.
Yeah.
And so you guys can check out that article on the Pettigrew page. We have in the building Mr. I Can Help You. What's up with it?
Slow motion, man. Mister, I can help you. Got one question for you. Are you ready yet?
Already. He just smooth and quiet with his shit. Are you ready yet? And in the building, man, we have a special guest. He is family now because this is his third time being on the show. And for you guys who watch us and listen online, we've interviewed him before, but we did it as an artist. We played his last two singles. The last one was Feeling Me.
Yeah.
Love it. It gave me, I told you, I think it gave me that old UGK Pimp C feel to it. And when I first met this brother, when I first joined our organization, and we were at, I think, midwinter session, and you gave me a CD, man, and I was bumping the hell out of it all day, representing Texas.
Yeah.
And what I told him, what I loved about it is that he don't have to move with it, and that's kind of rare in music. Give him a round of applause, man.
Thank y'all for having me, man.
Oh yeah. And so let's go on and jump right into it. Well, before we jump into it, I'm getting ahead of myself because there's nothing but family in here. You know how we do. We get to a song first, and so again, just listen to music all week and ran across. Her name is Mahalia, like Mahalia Jackson. And it's a song featuring Ella May. Y'all know she hot. So the name of this song we're gonna get into is What You Did, and this is by Mahalia featuring Ella May. And then we're gonna come back and jump into our conversation with Justin Davis.
I've been holding guard for so long, and I don't know where to start. I don't know where to start now. Tell me where you hide. Do you go? Tell me is she nice? Does she know I know? Tell me why. I don't know what to part. I don't know what to part. What you did? Yeah, you know I love you, but I can't forget it. You could tell me stay, but I have to go. 'Cause I would not expect someone to stay if I let them down. Right when I let my guard down, you play around. And no, not this time, we can't hate shit out. It's too late for me to stay. I wish all the things you say was what you behavior display. I could have done without lies. And although I know love is blind, this just don't feel right. You know my way, you know what you did. Yeah, you know I love you, but I can't forget. You could tell me stay, but I have to go. 'Cause I would not expect someone to stay. What you did. Yeah, you know I love you, but I can't forget. You could tell me stay, I have to go. 'Cause I would not expect someone to stay if I let them down. Come with me, said I'm so down. Oh, I won't excuse it. Wanna go down. Do you know that you've been the reason I'm so low? So you tell me to stay here, but you know that I won't. 'Cause I still can't believe what you did. No. Yeah, you know I love you, but I can't forgive it. You could tell me stay, but I have to go. 'Cause I would not expect someone to stay if I let them down. What you do, yeah, you know I love you, but I can't forgive it. You could tell me stay, but I have to go. 'Cause I would not expect someone to stay. Let them down. Don't apologize. I would never do it back. Don't judge my mind, please. Don't judge it. You was wrong.
Hey, we are back. That was Mahalia featuring Ella May. What you did. So let's jump right into it again. In the special guest, Justin Davis. You text me
Mm-hmm.
because you were, I think, watching the show
Yeah.
when we had the other young lady, Miss Carrie Jackson, on.
Are you covered?
Yeah, are you covered? And we were speaking uh, on African Americans having life insurance, and I'm not sure, and so I'm glad you're here so we can clarify. Did you take issue with not so much her, but I guess whole life insurance versus term life? Because I know you was texting me like, yeah, man, we really got to talk. So, do you want to dive in there to better explain it? What is better? You know, what's worse? So, what are your thoughts on it? Because I know you deal with that too, right?
Right. So I definitely didn't take issue. It's just the thing about it is we have to become dividends. Dividends aren't guaranteed,
Right.
right? Then you have other policies out there, index policies that they pay interest, right? True interest, right? So a lot of people don't know about those type of policies. A lot of people just know either whole life or they know term. They don't know any other ones, right? So there are policies out there that allow you to leverage the policy to get you a lot of cash, get you to pay your home off time without paying more to the bank. So it's simply and that's pretty much what I do. I educate families, business owners, organizations, whoever. I educate everybody on basically how to grow, how to ultimately how to keep connected, right? Because a lot of times we just give our money to these let's say 401k companies over there, sign up, and then say, hey, is coming out or X amount of percent check, and that's all I know. And then when you is where you actually need to hit with a lot of different penalties and taxes.
Or they tell you can't have your money.
Exactly. I ran into a client. She used to work for a particular company, and she went to another company. Right, has been with this for a few years, but she wanted to access that money from. They told her, well,
Nope.
not right now.
Yeah.
It's not right now. She didn't know that. And you're looking at $1 million, close to $1 million that you had accumulated over a span of 30 years.
Right.
Yeah.
So
And a lot of people don't know what those define. As someone who came out of working for the state, there was little to no education when it was time to make your choices or make your election, whether you wanted to do the investment or pay into the pension. A lot of the older or those who had been with the state a little bit longer elected to go to the pension because of the guarantee. It was a guarantee 6% of your salary over 30 years. But what they didn't tell you is that you getting access to your money was very, very difficult. There were so many parameters, and that's something my father taught me. If I can't touch my money, there's a problem. If I can't my money when there's an emergency or a problem, you should always have access to your money. And so coming in as a new hire, that was my first question. If I need my money, I need to be able to touch it. Well, if you leave the state and go somewhere else, you can't take your money with you. And so my question to the planner was, would you leave your child anywhere? My money is my child. I need to be able to take my money wherever I go.
Yeah, it's almost like it's not even your money.
Right. And so I'm like, well, then this isn't my money. But like you say, if you're not educated on it, oh, that's 6% over 30 years. That's $1 million. Well, is it really $1 million if you can't touch it? If you need it.
Well, and is it $1 million?
It's a number on right.
And is it $1 million once you hit that age where you'll get penalized, right, for accessing your money before a certain age, right? So if you have $1 million accumulated and when you get ready to retire and now you get ready to withdraw it, you're not going to have $1 million. You're going to get taxed. You get taxed heavily.
So my question is, where do you come in? What I did is when I started my job, I was like, well, my IRA would make more money than my 401k. You get what I'm saying? If I'm not going to contribute to my 401k, IRA is doing way better. You get what I'm saying? And so where do you come in at in this situation where somebody's like, okay, they have a job and they might have already contributed to that? What is it that you offer or can educate, them on?
Exactly what they have, right? So if you have a 401k, do you know how you can withdraw your money?
Right.
And do you know how much you're going to get penalized when you withdraw it? Right? Then it's a certain age when you turn 7. It's called 70 and a half, right? It's like a a fixed rate, if you're only growing at 1%, and they're forcing you to pull out 3.65% or 19% annually, you're gonna run out of money.
Right.
The average person doesn't know that.
Right.
So that's where I come in at. I educate them on exactly what they have. And I mean, I can go in there to a company. I have the license to company and set them up with a 401k or set them up with an IRA. But I educate on exactly what you are getting, right? Say you have let's say you have a $500,000 life insurance, a term policy, right? You pay on a premium, pay for whatever term that you set. Like it may be 10 years, maybe 15 years, maybe 30 years, right? You have within that time that you're covered, right? So you pay a premium for, let's say, 25 years, right? So you'll be covered, pay those premiums, X amount of dollars, right? And then if you pass away within that term, they'll give your beneficiary a check, right? Cash value is where you pay into a premium and it grows. It grows. Term, it doesn't grow money.
No, that's good because I mean, sorry.
And just as simple as
but like a lot of people they'll get it and they'll be like, well, I got life insurance for $3. You know what I'm saying? But do you know what it's doing for you? You know what I'm saying? How
Is
long
it
did you get
growing?
So that's kind of why I wanted you. I knew what you were gonna say, but you know what I'm saying, for the people that are listening, that it's coming. Do.
Now, what's your rebuttal for the people who promote buying term and investing the difference, or having a mixture of term and whole life? What is your rebuttal to them?
So term is fine. Term is, everyone should have term, but even outside your job, no, definitely should not be there, because term doesn't grow. It doesn't grow you money at all. Period. Right? You're covered for your term. Then once that term is over, then you gotta re. So you would pay, and this is when I sit down with people. You know what I mean? But you do the term, and then you get the one that grows. You're not just limited to one policy. You can get multiple policies.
You can do both term and
you get term, and the rest you can get.
So I mean, but what would you recommend?
You have index policies. You have index policies. Those pretty much, like I said, they give you leverage, right, to access cash, right? That pays you true interest, right? And like I said, well, typically they are dividends. They aren't guaranteed, right? Interest is exactly what it is. It pays interest, right? So you have to. This is where I always start off with my clients. That's basically whatever rate your money is growing at. Let's say it's growing at a 1% rate into 72, and it shows you how long it takes for your money to double. So if you're at a 1%, which is what most fixed rates are, if you're at a 1% and you divide that into
checking account, saving account.
But I mean,
for some people, that's what they
most
have.
people, you know, and some even worse than that. I'm seeing not even 1%.
Say you're 0.5.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So let's say you're 72. Divide that into 1. Bam. It takes you 72. 30 years old is going to take you 72 years. Let's say you have 10,000 in the account. It's going to take you 72 years to double your money.
Right.
So what I do is I show clients how to see higher returns. Let's say, for example, 10%. So you divide 72 into 10. Now you're growing every 7.2 years. Right. Where that same 30-year-old that put 10 grand into the account, now the money is doubling every 7.2 years. Right. That first. knowing how compounded interest and the rule of 72 works.
Right.
Right. Knowing where because that's going to determine exactly the amount of money that you're going to have. Well, not exactly, because anything can happen,
Right.
but it's going to show you, it's going to project where you're going to be. And,
Yeah, by the time you retire. Because
Exactly.
somebody under
is basically how money grows. Like your typical bank accounts, bank accounts, mutual funds, things like that. So it's protected against everything except for inflation. All right. So if you're at a negative, if 9/11 happened, she lost like $20,000 from her 401k. You know what I'm saying? So so variable is pretty much what your 401k plans. They have 3Bs, SEP IRAs, which is, and let's say the market goes down, well, indexed. If you chose the index strategy, which is insurance, it stays level. It doesn't decrease. Right?
Increase.
The market goes back up.
Okay.
See, index, it stock market. It's not the actual stock market.
Right.
It mirrors the stock market. So
you
let's say
have an infinite ceiling floor.
exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
I mean, but the regular person don't know nothing about that.
Right.
Account.
Right.
But you're being nice though, man. The regular person doesn't care about this. The regular person doesn't care about saving money. I'm just, you know what I'm saying, they don't.
Yeah, but I mean,
They're gonna choose one. All right, I'm gonna go with the middle one. I'm not gonna go. I'm telling you, when
So
you started,
what changed? When did you stop becoming a regular person?
when I had a daughter, you know what I'm saying, and I was more responsible for somebody else. You know
Right.
I had money, you know what I'm saying. I didn't really care about 401k and nothing. I didn't even care about retirement or anything. It was about what I can get now, what I can go splurge in. You know what I'm saying, what I can show. You know what I'm saying, what I can show everybody else that I got.
Right.
You know what I'm saying. My difference then was showing everybody I had money instead of making my
Right.
money make money. You know what I'm
right.
saying? So like when and this is not everybody, but when you work a 9 to 5, you got a 9 to 5 mentality, and so you waking up to go to somebody else. So you also depending on somebody else to give you a check. So you depending on somebody else to give you knowledge about how to.
Right.
You got to think about the mindset. I don't mean anything bad when I say that, but I'm
No.
always saying change your mindset.
You got
so
to.
if you ain't working, you learn. The vast majority of us, we're taught that. And remember I told you about the financial education? If we're not taught it, you know what I'm saying? We are taught to be workers. So if
Right.
you're taught to be a worker, you're not taught. They say, like, that's the biggest thing I say, and I'm going to be done. The biggest thing, the knowledge is in a book. It's out there, but nobody is getting it. Like, it's so much stuff. Like, you can learn how to make money in an online business in 30 minutes, bro. It's
Right.
that easy. But, like,
Oh yeah.
if no, you know what I'm saying, if you don't know, you know what I'm saying, like,
If you don't tune into the petty crew.
they tell you you got this, you got this, and this. They tell you got 3 choices to get, and you're going to be like, okay, I'm going to go with it.
Right.
You ain't read none of those pages
Right.
that's sitting.
At the dinner table.
Mhm.
These are conversations that they're privy to. Some young adults and they're released to the world. They have an understanding, at least a small understanding, themselves,
Right.
and then turn that over to our children.
14, you got to start a business.
Yeah.
14.
Well, I mean, again, you know,
I got it on my page. I'm believing that 100%. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? We're not teaching our kids to be business owners. We're teaching them to be workers. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like financial. Remember, I've said this to you guys before too. Teach financial education in the house. Ain't nobody else gonna teach it.
Right.
4 months. You know what I'm saying? Out of 18 years.
right. And again, but and also too, you know, what contribute to it as well coming to you. It's another where you're being fed something and then you just choosing not to receive it. Here's the reason why we have these conversations, because I'm very aware, just like you,
for free,
right? Because I'm very aware that these conversations need to be had. Because it is important. I didn't know how to buy stock in hell until I ran across Dr. Boyce Watkins. Because if you've never been in the stock market, all you know is you see all these commercials for Ameritrade and all that other good shit, and it wasn't until this dude put a video together. Shit, well, let me go to YouTube. And after that, I've been on it ever since. And so, whereas our role and our job here, and because we are part of media, is to change those mindsets. So I tell people all the time on this show, you can never say you didn't get the goddamn information. Never. You can never say you didn't hear Justin. You can never say you didn't hear Carrie. You can never say you didn't hear Mr. I Can Help You say, well, hey, now if you choose not to push play, if you choose not to, listen, re-listen, then that's on you. Then you should get whatever's coming to you. But again, these is why we have these conversations, because, we want to be able to teach our children, pass that on to, ours. Hey, well, we were taught to save money. No. I'm telling my son the same thing. Listen, if you go to the military, do whatever, save that money, do what you need to do to come home, start your business. You like horses?
Yeah.
Fuck working for somebody. You do it yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everything has been laid out for you to turn around and say, well, this is how I can capitalize off of it.
Right.
And like I said, I'm glad I brought you on, because you guys, now can I double my shit? You get what I'm saying? Because I'm already in the stock market. Well, now how can I elevate this to another level? Because again, I've never heard of it, and just like if I ain't never heard of it, hell, I'm sure somebody else out there who haven't heard about it. And so also, what I also like to know is what else do you guys offer? Because I went through the website, but I wanted our conversation to be like organic. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Man, it's so much that we do. What I'm going over with you guys is just the tip of the iceberg, literally. We have a NFL sports division where we educate NFL players, NBA players, NHL,
nice.
MLB, because those guys aren't educated at all. They listen to their agents, and their agents, yeah, exactly. They just want their money, and then you got to think about those kids coming out of college, those agents are loaning them money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're not, those agents are loaning them money, right? So what we do is we educate them on exactly what to do and, what to avoid and what to look out for, so you won't be broke. I look at, what's his name, Redskins dude from Dallas. Peterson, Adrian Peterson.
But with that,
All right.
$100 million, and in essence, you're living check to check. That's sad.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You playing for a check. You're not playing to just say, oh, I ain't even cashed my last week check.
Right.
I just put that bitch. I'm just going to collect this
that
other
check
check.
was catching some other shit up.
Right.
Because you behind.
Right.
That's somebody we know. You know what I'm saying? He found out years later. It's probably 20-30% of the dudes in the NFL getting screwed like that right now.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Man, them cats work at car lots, man. Shout out to the car lot workers, but you shouldn't be.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be NFL or whatever. You
working at Home Depot, because I remember a story of some guys working at Home Depot
during the off
crossing guard.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
So I was just told. I'm sorry.
No, you
I was just told by a dude that owns a trucking company that he's been holding a ex-Cowboy player furniture for 2 months because he couldn't pay for it.
Yeah,
the dude
man.
played in the league for a few years. I don't want to say his name, but it's.
I believe it.
Well, what the league has tried is, when they bring these athletes the new athletes, they've tried to these sessions where you need to go so we can finance education and we'll teach you how to leverage that money. That's basically what that is. I tell people all the time, don't think Zeke made that 20 totally different with taxes and everything. You got to come out, so you got to know how to manage that, and that's where you come in.
Right.
Oh,
they got to get an agent. Yeah. What does the agent make? Like 3% or something off of the deal.
3 to 5%.
Yeah. Depending on what he's negotiating.
Because if your money guaranteed,
his money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, so yeah, that's how that works. Let's see what else, man. I mean, so if a average everyday person, let's just say I came to you, say, man, I want to get my money right. I'm trying to double up. What would you offer me?
Again, I would just educate you on the 3 rules of money. How money, rule 2, compounded interest, show you what percentage you need to be at in order to double your money, right? To get you where you want to be at whatever age, right? Then show you how money grows, show you where to put it in order to, I mean, I have licenses to do a lot of stuff, but I mean, it's really up to whatever your financial situation would be. Everybody's financial situation.
I'm trying to double up 500. I'm just an average everyday person that just say I work a little old 9 to 5 and I'm doing whatever, but I'm like, you know what? I need to get my financial situation straight. I got 500 that I'm trying to build on. Because we're just talking to the average everyday person.
Yeah.
We're not talking about the guy who making 100 some thousand, 200, 6 figures. Just an average everyday person. I got 500. How can I start that and watch that grow?
Well, you could put it in certain. You can put it in certain accounts that grow.
So that's what you would do. Hey,
I educate you.
gotcha. Okay, so
I educate you on what to do.
So you can make an informed decision.
Exactly. Yourself. And that agent, he persuaded me to get, because I mean, at the end of the day, I have under the state of, Texas Department of Insurance, right? So I'm not trying to get my license
right
to
suspended too.
Exactly, man.
Yeah.
It's too. Matter of fact, I just my license, man. It's
so
too
basically,
many hours,
you take the homework out of just say like what I'm doing, where I'm measuring between an IRA and a mutual fund and a CD and a checking account. That's where your expertise will come in at, because you're looking at all of that to say, well, okay, this is what this doing. Now, I can't tell you where to put your money,
Right.
but I can say, well, hey,
This does this. This
Right.
does
by
that.
my, with how I'm seeing it and what I do, this might be a best fit for where you want to start your money at.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. And then, so I'll show you compounded interest rule 72. Show you how money grows, and then how it gets taxed. Because ultimately, it's not what you make, it's what you keep. Like what you just said about my boy Zeke. You know what I mean? Show you ultimately how to keep your money. Because I'm pretty sure you would rather pay taxes, let's say, on 10,000 rather than 500,000. So we show you how to keep your money, right? And it's certain accounts that you put your money in, going to get taxed different ways, right?
Tax
So for
shelters.
example,
I love them.
so for example, tax now, that's your bank, your typical savings accounts, your typical, that your CD, like all of that, right? It's tax now. Tax later is when you get taxed later. That's your 401k, 403bs, IRAs, whatever. That's where you get later, right? Tax later. Then you have tax advantages where you can actually leverage that to do a lot of other different things. And we don't know that.
Right.
Right? We don't know that at all. Like my man over here said, they don't teach that in school, right? And then it's also important for us to have our own institutions where we could actually implement that through our programs. But if we're depending on people who don't have our best interests at heart, our communities, our kids, our if we are depending on those type of people to educate us and our kids, we only gonna know as much
what
as
they want us to
know.
know. Right. What they want us to know.
Right.
And
So
I mean, you're right. We are taught to go to school because we heard go to school, get a good job, work again to be a worker.
and that doesn't knock the who makes 75,000 or 100. That doesn't do your thing. If you want to go to
We need
school,
them.
right. We need them, but kind of get more educated. You know what I mean? So you can be put in positions to get that generational wealth, because that's what it's
Don't
about.
stop there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, I think about it. You mentioned the word generational wealth. I think about it. I'm like, damn, we've been duped for like 400 years. Because as long as, like you said, they're the teaching, they're not gonna give you all the game. And even we do it too, because we hold back information. Nah, I don't want to see B Rock. I give him enough, but I ain't finna give him the key to success. I remember on social media, he was, I'm not gonna say bragging about something, but he was talking about how he did something. And so I said, well, how did you do it? I'm asking you how, in other words, let me duplicate what you did. Which in the business world they call turnkey.
Yeah.
Don't switch up the game.
Turnkey business. Yeah.
Just duplicate what the hell I did. Because don't brag to me that you made $1 million. I want to know how you got the $1 million.
So I can get $1 million too.
So I can get $1 million too. Teach me how you got that $1 million. Because if you did it your way, if it took 5 years, I understand it might take me 6 or 7. But I'm duplicating the process.
Oh, how about this? It may have took him 5
Right.
years. It might take you three because he's already made the mistakes.
Right.
Yep.
You know. So
Right. So, and I
don't
think
wanna
that's where
help
we.
each other.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I think that's where we kind of fall short too. We don't want to. I want to give you enough, because if I give you all the game, then
You might be stunning like me.
yeah, you might do a little bit better. I mean, we see it all the time in
Yeah, that's what
business.
Brock did to me when I asked him about the hat. No,
Nah, that boy, they not.
Man.
nah, he
Yeah.
he
Out there in a minute.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, so that is, that's what's important. If you have knowledge, then we should want to share it. Again, credit, business, and we haven't even jumped and moved into how you can help folks with their mortgages. Because when I see you put on social media talking about, hey, I can help you pay out that little 30-year mortgage, in half the time. See, that's somebody out there who's listening and watching is like, well, shit, give me the thing.
Again,
it's out there.
Again, the information is out there, right? And you can leverage those. For example, the index policy that I was talking about. You can leverage that using in the industry we call it it's a industry acronym. We call it opium, but not the drug.
Right.
Opium, other people's money. You can leverage using other people's money in order to pay your mortgage off in half the time, right? And not giving not paying anything extra to the bank. Because see, what they tell you is they tell you, okay, well, most notes are 30 years now. Most of them average 30 years. So they tell you, okay, let's say your mortgage is $1,500. They tell you to chop it in half, double up on that. But why would you give more to them instead of putting it? It's right, instead of keeping that extra money, putting that into something that grows.
For you, yeah.
Right. Like there are different. Okay, for example, you have a car. What makes the car move? The engine. The engine is what makes it is ultimately what makes it go, right? So you have engines that you can basically put money in that's protected, and you can leverage it and you can make it grow, right? So you can leverage policies, certain index policies. You can leverage those and pay your home off in half the time.
Yeah.
I'm with you 100%, man, because I actually did that. You know what I'm saying? But there's so much more there. Like, there's debt payout systems that are free that people can learn. You know what I'm saying? So you're paying interest. You know what I'm saying? But people welcome interest. Because people keep, you know what I'm saying, going over their credit cards. People keep adding more credit cards. People keep getting, you know what I'm saying, they keep getting, you know what I'm saying, cars with bad credit, you know what I'm saying, that have a huge interest rate paying more. The information is out there. Like, for instance, you have a brother that's out here telling people, I can teach you how to do this. They don't want to do it. We have businesses that are telling you, I can help you with this. But, people, they don't understand what they don't know. So if they don't know it, they don't want to be a part of it. But they're not doing what it takes to go learn about it.
Right.
The information is there.
Yeah.
Like, everything he's telling you, you know what I'm saying, it's been there. You know what I'm saying? I was blessed enough for my father to put me in that position, you know what I'm saying, years ago. You know what I'm saying? As far as when it comes to homes, but like it's there. You got people. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it could be because of the color of his skin. I don't know, but the information is there. He'll put it. You even have it. You probably click on stuff that you see every day on Facebook. Be like, nah, that's too good to be true. Go left. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
it's there.
Yeah, the information, like you said, the information is there, man. But for those who want it, they got to take it and get it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I mean, you have to. Like I said, I'm glad I have you on because again, you know, somebody didn't know nothing about that. Hell, somebody trying to figure out. And you know what? You right. I tell you, I seen this young lady on my Facebook page. She was complaining about her damn electric bill. So what I do, I post my flyer on as a comment. You tripping about an electric bill? Said I can help you lower your electric bill.
Yeah.
This bitch laughed it, but you're complaining about your electric bill. That goes to what you talking about. I don't know if it's a Negro thing or what.
Right, I was trying to
You know what I'm saying?
I was trying to save this.
C-Rock is like,
she
wait a
probably got
moment, I
a
got a
pair of
point.
earbuds
I was trying to save
Just
this
saying.
because I think it kind of
Bobbin,
goes
bitch.
hand in hand with what we're going to talk about later with the Jemele Hill situation. But the fact of the matter is, we don't trust us. We don't trust.
Come on.
We were taught not to trust us.
Right. Well,
How you
whether
doing?
we're
People
taught or
that
not, the fact of the
scam
matter
too.
is,
Yeah.
systemically, we don't.
Yeah,
We
you're
don't
right.
trust us, and I don't know the answer to that. How we get past that? I don't know if it's just the continued education and people seeing large groups of us succeed before people say,
Yeah.
"Well, damn, maybe they were on
What
to
are they
something."
doing?
But the fact of the matter is, as a whole, we don't trust us.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, yeah, it is a black thing.
But it's
Most black
systematic.
folks don't trust other black
Yeah.
folks.
Yeah.
It's systematic. We don't, as a whole, you know what I'm saying? I love black people, but we don't, as a whole, see us succeeding, you know what I'm saying, where we should be succeeding. When you think about, you know what I'm saying, not us, maybe because a lot of our mindsets are different, but when you think about, you know what I'm saying, people when it comes to, you know what I'm saying, finance, you know what I'm saying, the true educators, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
you think this world, like you said, Dr. Boyce, you know what I'm saying, but you know how many black people don't like him just because of who he is?
Yeah.
Like I've heard black, you know what I'm saying, but like, what can you tell me? Why don't you like him? Oh man, but give me a reason you don't like him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's so many more people I can name, you know what I'm saying? Like even the Minister of Farrakhan, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
tell me why you don't like him. Oh, because I don't like what I said, but tell me one bad thing that he said. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's just like you said, we don't like for some reason.
They
as a
don't
whole.
trust us.
Yeah, it's rooted in, you know, what we've been taught. We've been against each other. You know what we offer.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, and that just comes from that. If I've attained this certain level compared to my white counterpart, and you know, niggas just don't want to be honest about it. I'd rather you be honest with me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We want to go to the same restaurant. I ain't got to go to your restaurant. I just want to. If I want to go, I can go. You get what I'm saying? But that's where we are because the line. I was like, you complain about your. Now I can pay my bill. Now I might complain about my bill, but I can pay my bill. You see what I'm saying? It's high. Well, I can help you lower your bill. And like you said, we don't trust each other. I would go behind that. We don't want to see each other succeed.
A lot of us.
Shit.
A lot of us.
Let's get specific about that. A lot of us don't want to see people succeed past what we're doing.
Right.
Okay. I can agree with that.
You know,
I can agree.
And that's a sad state.
Or we reserve success for a certain few. Success is not for him dressed like that. Success is for him. We have certain people we relegate success to. Oh, they're allowed to make it, but you know, Holyfield coming from where he's coming from, he's
Right.
how dare he?
Predetermined.
How dare he
Damn right.
have the mitigated ball to say, I'm going to change my situation? And, you know, unfortunately, I see it come a lot from, it comes out of your family base. How do you
Do better.
do better than us? How dare you? How dare you say, you know what, I have a daughter and something has to be different. But you know, he may have cousins around him and they see him moving different, operating, doing something different, and it's like, how
dare you take these average ass jeans?
yes, how dare
Support each
Yeah.
other because
without envy.
right. I can go to the movie theater that's black owned because I know he's gonna do business with me because I'm a cleaner.
I kind of disagree. We'll have it. We'll never have it to that extent. Because we have it. We have it. You know what I'm saying? We got some brothers, you know what I'm saying? I tell you, LeBron and his team, they've built Black Wall Street. You know what I'm saying? They have certain parts. But I'm saying we have it. We'll never have it to that extent. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but see, what I mean by that is because when people talk about Black Wall Street, they always equate it to Oklahoma. They always equate it to where this neighborhood was all black because that's really what it was. Everything was black. They didn't have to go outside their community for nothing.
But that's what I'm saying. They're doing that. Like he's doing that. Mike is doing that in Atlanta. If you got to go down and actually see it. Like it's there, but we don't get the publicity. I promise you, it's there. I'm saying like maybe we need somebody here in Dallas, you know what I'm saying, to put it on, you know what I'm saying, like get a group of, you know what I'm saying, strong brothers, you know what I'm saying, do it. But I promise you it's there. Like in Atlanta, like it's a black supermarket, you know what I'm saying?
But Atlanta, that's different. They black.
But I'm
saying,
right.
Well, not for
but you can say that, but 10 years ago you couldn't say that. It was done by a black brother, you know what I'm saying, that's around our age. You know what I'm saying? Like it's been there forever, but it wasn't down there forever. You know what I'm saying? He went back in like he made it before he came out with that show. It was already there because I was a part of it. It was because it's
what show?
The show that Killer Mike came out with. I don't know the name of it.
Netflix. Yeah.
He came out with the special, was already a part of it. You know what I'm saying? Because AU was here and it was over here. He was already doing it. You know what I'm saying? But people, you know what I'm saying, used to say, you know what I'm saying, crazy stuff about it. Like he was already doing it. You know what I'm saying? Now he has a platform, you know what I'm saying, for other people to see. You know what I'm saying? But like what I'm saying is, and I'm not trying to go against, well actually I am, you know what I'm saying, because I know I've seen it. You know what I'm saying? But I haven't seen it, you know what I'm saying, in Dallas. I want to see it in South Dallas, you know what I'm saying? I want to see it in Fort Worth, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I know Atlanta is black, but it wasn't there when I first went, you know what I'm saying? When I was in college, it wasn't there.
What college did you go to?
I went to Georgia Tech and Georgia State.
We gonna go. Okay. Okay. Now when you when we bring up this HBCU stuff,
but I also went to Prairie View A&M University.
Okay.
But I got myself into some trouble and had to.
Yeah, and like I said,
my
I
wife
mean,
went to Clark.
How I define the Black Wall Street is because we know that
You know what he was doing.
there's groups of men and women who are trying to do black things. What I'm saying is again to the extent of what we doing, because again those people were successful. They were self-reliant.
Yeah.
Here in Dallas, we don't, and that may be in Atlanta, Georgia. But see, when I go, because I've been to Atlanta, I'm talking about that whole block. Everything is done black. I don't have to go outside that neighborhood. That means your grocery store. That means your cleaner. That means your movie theater. That means that I am literally keeping that money
Right here.
there. Again, we have it in spurts. We have a group of black folks, and we all doing it. But what I'm saying is that I think we don't support each other enough to maintain that here. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'll give you a prime example. Who I would have had on this show? We had a home. Inspection,
mortgage.
We deal with financial.
Financial planning. Life insurance.
But y'all spread out. You get what I'm saying? That ain't in the same. I can't go to you around the corner from me. I gotta look for you. I can't go to Ari, who's the home inspector. He's out in Grand Prairie. You get what I'm saying? I mean, it's. I can't go to a black grocery store because we don't own one. What I'm saying is we have folks that are building, but like what they had in Oklahoma, they didn't have to leave. The same way you have the little Chinese Americans, they don't have to leave their community.
Right.
That's what I mean. They don't have to leave unless they choose to leave.
And they coming in ours.
You know, there are little pockets of that in certain places.
Yeah.
In your Atlantas, in your Marylands, and hey,
DC,
maybe
Virginia.
I'm just an optimist. But the fact of the matter is, I believe in my people enough, and I believe in my mission and the reason I was put here, that I have hope that we can.
Yeah.
I have to.
I believe.
Yeah, we'll get there.
We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there.
It may take time.
And we might not see it.
We might not see
We may not
but
see
we
it.
may set the foundation for it to happen. So I'm not gonna say never.
But wise man plant trees that they will never sit up under.
Exactly.
Maybe
That's
it's our
true.
job to plant the tree for his
Damn, did
children.
Bishop say that?
It might not even be the tree. It may be just our job.
I knew I heard that before. I'm like, I knew I had heard that before.
But I mean, the wisdom here would not benefit us, but it would benefit our children who are connected because, hey, your dad knew my dad and my dad knew your dad. And so the shade that they will sit up under is because we planted the tree. where they could live Grand Prairie, Arlington, Fort Worth, and still be connected despite the difference. Just because you're separated as family doesn't mean that you're not family anymore.
Exactly.
My family is in Florida. I still feel love in Florida, even though I'm here in Texas. So there may be a separation because of where we are as far as, a nation. We're living further apart. A lot of people are up and moving their families to different states, but that doesn't mean that the thread is broken. And so maybe today is where we start to create the threads and plant the trees that we would never sit under. We can build a tree that our son will sit under 30 years from now, and invite his daughters to come and sit, his children to come and sit. A tree that was planted 30 years prior.
Right. Yeah, like I said, man, I mean, it's still work to be done. But it is. I'm glad that I feel like there's an awakening now.
Right.
Because now
It
you have
starts
more
with
people.
conversations like
Right.
these.
You have more people now who saying, well, hey, I can teach you. Again, you can never say the information is not there. You can never say you didn't have access to it. If you
Right.
choose not to,
That's different.
That's
then
on
it's
you.
different. You can't say, well, damn, what brother can I go to, man, to teach me how to cut my mortgage in half and to educate me on my money, who can educate me on credit. We had Chi on. She does the homemade soap.
Yeah.
And my thing is, as African Americans, you can't say that there's nobody on your timeline that has some type of business.
I see it all the time.
And the question is I'm like, well, why you ain't supporting them?
Yeah.
Right.
Man, I still have soap from my guests
Yeah.
and reorder. Yeah, I can still buy Zest or, you know what I'm saying? But why not support this woman damn soap?
Good.
If I can support this corporate business, why not? Why not be able to
Quality
say,
soap.
well, hey,
Quality.
our lodge got some custom bow ties for our District 11 banquet. Black dude. Y'all probably see him on social media. Distinguished gentleman. I don't know if he come across y'all timeline. Black dude.
Yeah.
And so I think we as African Americans, we should seek out. Now, you might not be able to get everything black, but I think you should at least
Yeah.
plant those seeds. We went to the comedy show, bought a damn DVD, $10. I'm going to probably watch it, but guess what? There was an African American young man
Yeah.
out of Houston, Texas,
Yeah.
with a movie. You know what I'm saying? I didn't walk by. Hell, I felt guilty at the last comedy show. I was like, you know what? I should have got that dude DVD. Just because I could say I supported that dude. And again, he's out there trying to get it like we out here trying to get it.
Right.
And that's what we all trying to do. But I think got to be more conscious of that. We got to get out of that mentality of, I don't want you to do better than me. I feel like we'll support everybody else because it's not us. Man, I see you every day. What I look like buying your hat? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I done just gave you 150, but hell, you'll pay 275 for that purse. Like we had that mentality, and I think it's rooted back into the slave mentality of how we are. We still have that slave mentality.
The house versus the field.
Yeah, and we had that.
And then if I may add, I want us as a whole to also have better customer service, right? Because prime example, I reached out to a gentleman to do brakes on my wife's car, right? Black mechanic, he was referred to me, and he put the brakes on. Everything was fine, but about a week later, they start to squeal, right? So I'm like, man, okay. So then I hit him, and he's like, hey, man, I'm going to get, I'll swing through there and, woo, woo. Man, that was 3 months ago, man.
Oh no.
You know what I mean? Like, we have to have better customer service. If we're gonna continue to, advocate and want us to spend dollars, like black dollars, we gotta have great customer service. So I just want to highlight that.
Yeah, you got to be better businessman. That's what you're saying. You got to be better businessman.
Even pride.
Exactly.
Just having more pride.
Right.
Because it's sad that, because see, and we sit on social media all the time. All it takes is that one bad experience, and now I can't do business with the next person because now they have the stigma of black folks don't have good customer service. they don't take care of their business. So
Yeah.
this is why I go, and a white person can treat you like shit too.
Like trash, yeah.
But now it's been implanted. Damn.
See, that's why I don't
See, that's
support
why,
them.
right? And it's the same thing because now his bad action, because it takes that one bad experience for that next person to say, now I don't trust, like you saying,
Trust.
you, because you might not do me right.
Yeah.
And sad, I mean, that's a battle that, you know, we might not ever see overcome. But again, like you said, it's still that hope and optimism. It's no different than me supporting and want to bring businesses on.
Right, exactly.
Black business on, because like I told the good doctor, if nobody else put anybody out there, I can say while I was living, I was putting people out there. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm highlighting what y'all might not see every day. You know, you didn't get super in depth. Because like I said, I looked at the website and was like, oh, y'all got
Yeah,
a
so
lot.
we got a lot. Yeah, dude, it would take literally three weeks,
Right.
three times in a row, me coming on here telling you everything,
Yeah.
right? To show you everything that
Right, you
that we
guys
got
have.
going on, man.
But like I said, man, you know, definitely appreciate you for coming in.
Yeah.
You know, you were always more than welcome. And then we can get to the second half of what you guys offer and get more into it again, because that's what I want to do. I want to push as many folks to being educated.
Yeah.
Because we lack knowledge because we don't go seek it to learn about it. You know, and here we not gonna play that game. So with that being said, let everybody know where they can find you, because somebody might want to connect with you to become financially educated, financially educated. Let everybody know where they can find you.
You can you can contact me directly. You can contact me 817-983-5248. Again, 817-983-5248. You can hit me up directly, and then we can go from there. My office is in Dallas. It's in Addison, off of Dallas North Tollway. That's where I conduct pretty much most of my business for my Dallas clients. Now, Fort Worth and Arlington clients, I go to them. I go to their homes, or we meet centrally somewhere, you know, like Starbucks or something, just to show you, you know, what's going on. But typically people come to my office. So, I mean, whatever works best for you. But contact me on that number, and we can go from there. And also, if you want to visit the website, it's www.f as in Frank, F as in Frank, C as in Charlie, Capital Ventures, VENT as in Tom, URES.com.
Okay.
So FFCCapitalVentures.com.
All right. Appreciate you, man. Listen, so now you know how we roll. We keep it moving. You know, it's time to get
time
lit.
to get petty.
Yes, sir. But say, before we get petty, man, you know, we have a segment of this show that we created called 3 for Free with you. So, Mr. I Can Help You, what are your 3 for free this week?
Appreciate that, man. So, can you hear me? Yeah, that's good. All right. So, first off, let me start off with shouting out to Brock, you know what I'm saying, for putting out the Black Panther hat.
Now.
2 is currently in the making, and the hat is straight from T'Challa himself. So, y'all know black don't crack. So, that's why I got my black on too. So, I'm glad great minds think alike. So I'm sure everyone out there listening in here likes to save money. So I'm going to go ahead and get the 3 for free for money saving hacks and with anyone with a tight budget. So just 3 little simple ones that are not too hard. So the number 3, once again, I always kind of school you on this. When we see the number 3, it's a reminder from the universe that our creative potential and our innately divine nature. So the vibrational frequency of the number 3 is a sign that our alignment with a powerful spiritual force, and it can help us achieve our aim. So jumping in, number 1, you need to start mastering the 10-second rule, guys. So this is the ultimate savings hack, because every time you're about to purchase something, just pause for about 10 seconds and really think to yourself, do I really need to spend this? Because we're buying a lot of stuff that we do not need to buy. So just 10 seconds will help cut back on the worst kind of impulse shopping. So that's where we want to stop. The impulse buying can really stack up. Number 2, find and cut those forgotten subscriptions. So one of the easiest and the worst ways to waste money and lose track of your money is a forgotten subscription. So top of your bills can be a full-time job. We all know that, but I'm sure at one point we've all forgot about that free trial that we end up buying and end up paying for it, and probably still paying for it. So recurring charges can be pretty insidious. Some eating away at your wealth, and when you don't even value that subscription anymore. So think about this: $330 month subscriptions don't sound like much, but when you realize it's over $1,100 per year, that's when you start realizing how much you're giving away. So this is an example of an app. You don't have to use it, but there's plenty like it. It's called TrueBill. It'll automatically pull together your bills that you're paying for and analyze your bank account and your credit card, so you can easily keep track of all of them. So, there's plenty of apps like this, so that's just one. I was going to name a couple more, so I'll throw that one. Then the last one is cut back on your food budget. Now, this one's pretty simple, but while food coupons are easily money savers, they can be difficult to remember. But I do know a lot of people that do it, so if you're good at the food coupons, go for it. So couponing, but you can also try online apps. So there's one that's called Ibotta that I did some homework on, and I've been actually using it. So you can easily access funds in all one centralized location. So doing my homework on Ibotta, if you use it correctly, you can save up to $240 a year.
Yes.
So hey,
great at Target.
Those two together, that's almost $1,400. So or you could just simply stop buying fast food solutions. So AKA start cooking. Make a meal plan, learn how to cook. If you don't know how, a lot of y'all probably do not. That's the petty me. Or go to the dollar store. Dollar store has a lot of deals, the stuff that you buy every single day, and it's for $1. But there are many ways you can penny pinch. But first you got to start. So that's the 3 for free, guys.
Appreciate it. Hey, listen, those are words of wisdom. Now, I'm not hood, but the quickest way to end those subscriptions, change your damn bank debit card. Shit. Change your bank debit card and you got shit on auto. Cause that's how your little subscriptions work, your Prime, your Netflix and all that. And then what you do is when you get that notification, payment decline, okay, let me go on and get you my new one. And you can literally decide you want to keep it.
Yeah. Good way to purge.
Because
it ain't always like that. Because sometimes you got to put your checking and stuff in there.
Yeah,
I got you.
Yeah, no, I'm just. And the reason why I said that because
baby steps.
I didn't do it on purpose. And so naturally, when they send a new card, they cut out, the old card. Right. But again, everything is on auto. So I'm like, damn. And all of a sudden, I started getting the little emails and notifications. It was like, okay, I don't need that anyway. That's good. I don't need that. I'm going to keep that. And so I wasn't doing it on purpose, but I realized it purged what I didn't pay attention to any longer. Right. So, I'm just making a fun of it, but it's that you say that because that's literally what happened. I was able to just say, I don't need that no more. I ain't paying. I'm paying for Slacker and shit. I've been with Slacker for like 4 years and didn't give a damn because it was just coming out the check. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't even listen to Slacker no more. Right. So again, that's I'm just saying, if you want to discipline yourself and cut cold turkey and decide what you want to keep and not, just say, hey, listen, I just need another debit card. Yeah. Something didn't happen. Yeah. Cut it off. You can pick and choose what you want to keep. And basically, that was it. Just start over, keep what you go keep, and not renew whatever the hell you go renew. Because the people that you paying don't give a damn anyway. They'll just eventually cut it off anyway. Mm-hmm. So again, thank you for the 3 for free. We've been rolling, and so we normally do a little old throwback song, but we want to keep it moving because I really want to hit all these conversations. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it over to Brock because I really want to get into this relationship segment because some people were commenting on what was going on. And I just shared it to a couple of groups because I want to see what they had to say. Right. So let's go on and jump into this relationship segment.
All right, what's good, everybody? For those of you who follow our page, y'all saw a little poll we put out there. Why is it that up, the girls' trips, the girls' night outs, the mommy vacays and whatnot, but men, and we said married, but honestly, it's kind of when you get booed up in general, tend not to do anything with the fellas or really do anything, especially going on a trip, unless it's with their lady. Now, just to give you a little idea where this conversation started, a good friend of mine, won't say no names, is getting married in a couple years. me and our groups, and we were like, hey, bachelor party. On the whole bachelor party, we going to the little shaker joint and getting some wings and, watching somebody work the pot. Let's go do something. Go make some memories and celebrate this, this transition into your new life. And his response, like most men, bro, nah, I'm good, man. I don't need no bachelor party. I'm focusing on the wedding, and she having a bachelorette party. Well, yeah, but I'm good. Then she just get back from girls trip with the homies. Yeah, but I just gotta focus on the wedding. Okay, so I want to know what people's process was behind it. Now, looking at our page, I saw a lot of.
Damn, I'm trying to go to the comments now.
I saw everything from.
You guys can't be trusted.
Can't be trusted. We can't be trusted. A lot of women feel like they need a break. That's how it was put. They need a break. They doing more at the house than we are. Break. Somebody mentioned that hey, men do shit. They go golfing and go fishing. They do it local, but they do shit. Mm-hmm. What is this? Stony Soft. He said men have better things to spend their money on besides going on vacations or seeing the world. Which I mean, hey, he's speaking for him. For me, nah, I want to see the world. I need to see what's outside of here. But I digress. To each their own. Rakita Johnson, she said, maybe we low key know that our friends ain't shit, which I thought that was an interesting take on it. But
That's
okay.
What they think.
And then let's see, some women were promoting it, saying, "Hey, go on a trip. I don't give a shit. You go, I go. Somebody need to go, but take your trip." Had somebody say, here I like this one. Rod Gibbons said, "Girls trips is AKA spending time with the side trip, whether you want to believe it or not."
Oh, so, goodness.
All of that said, the gist that I got from it, the overall theme that I got from it is that men and women alike think that the opposite sex ain't shit. Now, I do think that on the man side, we, be it consciously or subconsciously, have taken a step back from going out and doing that because historically, I guess, if you had to, I ain't gonna say more of a fucker, but we tend to get caught up more. How about that? We get caught more.
I tell you this, what I did.
So maybe that's why we kind of protecting ourselves. Like, you know what?
I'm not even going
I'm not gonna
there.
even go there.
Yeah.
This, that, and the other. But I think at the end of the day, it all comes down to trust. And there's a serious lack of trust, at the very least, amongst our fans.
Yeah.
So, what do y'all think?
I think that women don't trust men together because they already think that, you know what I'm saying, as a whole, women, whenever you with your boys, anyway. But what I did find out, we just talking about Dallas here, women cheat more than men in Dallas. Married women do. You know what I'm saying? In a lot of major cities. So if you do your homework, I'm pretty sure everybody did their homework.
I did.
Women are actually cheating more, almost 3-4 times more than they have ever. So it's not that they're getting caught. They were always getting caught. They were always cheating about it because it's the men that cheat. Women cheat too. So what it is to me, I'm gonna say, you know what I'm saying, and I might be hated for this. I just think that, you know what I'm saying, if they dying about dudes not going on trips, that's because they may be, you know what I'm saying, either them or somebody in their little female group is doing the same thing that they think that you may be doing.
Okay.
I'm gonna hit you with this one. I mean, and I do agree with you to a large extent, but I'm gonna hit you with this one. And I actually heard this first on a Kev Hart special, but I thought it was very, very true. A lot of women, a man
Out them.
Oh, man, you woman in the background. Yo,
What
what's
y'all
up, man? What's up, babe? What's up, babe? You know what? I tell you what's up. You can go and kick it with your niggas. That's all you want to do. I'm gonna pack my shit.
Ain't that on every black movie? Every single one.
So again, I'm gonna use be it consciously or subconsciously. Maybe women don't want they man having fun without them, and we know that. So it's like, you know what? Let me not have to deal with this headache. Yeah, I could, and it was fun. that 3-4 days we was, kicking it.
But the hell
I
for
gotta
weeks.
live. I gotta
Yeah.
live with this bitch when I get back home.
Yeah.
Right.
Not
Yeah.
bitch.
Yeah, well, you know how we talk. Come on.
I don't play with that word.
Yeah. That's my favorite word, Pimp.
Oh,
No,
God.
Did I look like I was playing? I promise.
Oh,
you.
That's my favorite word.
To each his own. I just don't play with that word.
Oh,
Like,
I'm not playing that out.
that word right there,
Lord
man.
have
You
mercy.
get called a B word when I totally dislike you and I
Right.
want to hurt
That's
you.
why I say it's my. If I get to that point of saying that, I really don't respect you.
Yeah. That's
I'm
my point.
trying
Lord
to.
have
I hear
mercy.
you.
Or if I'm talking about somebody,
Like that's my
else's.
favorite word.
I hear you.
So I hold that.
That's
I
your
hold
favorite word,
that
but you
for
don't say that to you
Right.
for yours.
right.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
hold that.
You know what? Hey, again, to each their own. I ain't knocking nobody for what they do, but I also know it's a lot of men out there. None of us rarely say it. At least not
Yeah.
to a black woman
Right.
unless you wanna,
I know.
You wanna die.
continue to enjoy breathing.
Right.
But-
Yeah, I don't want to say man, but I
What was
mean,
that Key and Kale's skit where they was up in the tree? Said, man, I told her, I said, bitch, because she was talking. Man, we may not say it, we think it. It's in the moment. We're emotion. We have emotions
I
just
say
like
it all the time.
exactly.
No,
Well, I would say this, you know,
I
it's
said
funny.
it's not
Hold
about
on.
mine. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
no, I'm being honest. I say it all the time. Just not about mine. If
yeah, I think,
anything
but
that has
that's
anything to do with me.
well, we all married up in here, so of course we ain't like that about.
I ain't coming home like God damn it.
Because
I'm not doing that. But
Because it's funny you say that because hell, I done been talking to the good doctor and I use the word and I'm like, I'm not saying she's a, you get what I'm saying, like
right.
But but today it's funny because I was looking for one of our sisters' posts because when you said, well, hey, this will make a good conversation, she had actually, and y'all might be friends with her, Irene or Erica. I know she's out of Fort Worth, and so she had made a post maybe about 2 weeks ago. She was saying, well, yeah, I don't see where there's a problem for a mother or women to get together just to relax and do their thing. I take her home and I do all those things or whatever. And my comment on stay at home. He always, which will go back to what we were talking. He always out there in the street with his boy. So I think for a lot of dudes, they don't want to hear that as well.
Yeah.
They don't want to hear why you always with your friends, because 9 times out of 10 we want to be with our boys.
I hear you, but that's why I put emphasis on the word trip. If the wife and her girls took the trip, cool. But hell, even if you had a legit reason, hey, you know what? I'm a noble. I want to go to Egypt, see some things, and so forth. Me and the nobles gonna go over. Y'all going to Africa? Nah.
But the majority of people that think like that, to me, you know what I'm saying, or jealous, insecure. You know what I'm saying? If a dude do it, I have a term for those men. Those are menginas. You know what I'm saying? Because you acting like a chick. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
if that's your woman, you know what I'm saying? Then why you have a problem with her doing something or going outside? And the same for the female.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you don't trust your man to go out, you know what I'm saying, with other people, then find you a man that's gonna do it.
Yeah.
And stop acting
Right,
like
and
both of y'all.
and I think what it boils down to as well is women know your friends the same way we know their friends.
But still, that's
And
still an
so-
excuse. You can't make nobody stick their dick in somebody.
Right, but I mean, but what, no, you can say that. But what I'm saying is, I think what I'm saying is
Shit, I
from a
done said, I know you
practical,
can say that one.
right, from a practical standpoint, basically where those issues come in at is, for instance, if the good doctor knew my boy is a hoe, you gonna take, cause you gonna naturally that person is gonna take issue with that. Like, you want to go on a trip. I know how your boy roll.
You know he ain't gonna do nothing. Okay? So she ain't gonna trip. Like I
No.
said, the only way she gonna trip is if she thinks you
You,
gonna fuck and do
yeah.
the same thing he's
Right.
doing.
Yeah.
The insecurity
Right.
percent.
Yeah.
You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So like if you got cheated on, you got played, well, I don't know if you can do that. You know what I'm saying? Or she gonna try to get on the phone. Like I don't have people been like, hey, I want your location. You
Cool. Bring me a T-shirt.
Hey, don't come back on Sunday. Come back Monday. The Cowboys play at 8. That's what it is. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So like,
But I
I'm
mean,
cool.
like I said, I mean that's basically though what it is. It is the underlying issue of trust. And I mean, you can't, realistically, you can't not. Dude, what are we finna do for 3 or 4? Now you
Depending
just
on
mentioned trip.
I'm gonna go
Depending on
party.
the country, man,
Depending
we
on
gonna
the
party.
country,
We might
right.
be doing some deep sea fishing.
Yes,
Might be doing
if they
all kinds.
right, if
Men
they
do
have
field
that,
trips. Women go chill.
Yeah.
if we right,
Most of the-
it
most
better
of the
be
time.
Most
it
of
better
the
be structured is what saying.
Right.
I mean, it better be structured. But if you talking
I'm
about
doing some skydiving. I'm getting it in.
Because we
It's
can't go chill
structured.
and drink like beers and stuff and like take pictures with like little shorts on and shit. Like,
but that's what I'm saying.
We can't.
If we go be together, and most men, and most men don't structure shit like that.
Yeah.
We not structured like that. That's because our woman is structuring shit like that for us.
That's
We not
yoga.
right.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So the answer to that question is why do we not doing it? Because we don't have no type of trip like women. Who gonna structure that shit with no men? We gonna get together. All right, my nigga, we go skydive Tuesday. We go stop here and we don't do that
I hit you
shit.
with something simpler than that, man. Honestly, and I do know some people who do this. Going to a damn game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Going. All right, cool. We Cowboys fans. I know everybody ain't. We Cowboys fans. All right, yo, they playing an away game in New England. Let's hit the game.
I got partners that do that all the time.
You know, but some females will have an issue with that. Well, hold on, why are y'all getting together to go to this city? I mean, we're going to see the game. Y'all can't watch it here. You got this big ass TV.
Right. Well, I mean, again, it goes back to, you know, we don't know what happened. Yeah, I mean, because something could have happened.
And
if it's fragile,
it could have happened, but I mean, let's be real. I understand that, you know, sometimes it takes time to heal those wounds, and hopefully that man is smart enough to realize that, hey, I ain't in the safe zone yet to ask for this. But if those wounds ain't healing, you need to get over to move on.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And that's it. But that would be relative. That would be. I mean, I get it, but again, that's why, you know, I think for men, that's why we don't. We get to a certain point to where it's like, well,
the headache, it ain't worth the headache.
Right.
Right. Not only it's not worth the headache, but what the hell are we finna do for 4-5 days? Like, we do Masonic shit, right? Mm-hmm. It's structured, isn't it? When we York Right weekend, it's structured. Now after that, you can go chill and, you know, do what we do, but it's typically structured. You go to the sessions, you go do all. It's something done every day. Now you can pick and choose what not to do.
To where I can structure a trip, but it would have to be with individuals who actually like doing that.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
at the end of the day,
going to Vegas. I mean, hey, we can ball out for 3-4 days. Come back tired as I'll get out, but you know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's a structure to it. Women, they know they finna
revolve around a random piece of ass.
Right.
And that's what most women tend to think. Oh, you going out of town with your fellas, so you can go fuck whoever.
You could do that.
You could do that
right here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can. See, I'm an asshole. I'm changing, but see, that's what I would say. Like, what makes you think I won't do that tomorrow? Like, what are you talking about?
Get this paper, do my job, make it back safely to my children. I can kick it and do all that here. It's a headache. As a truck driver, now I understand. I see how do it. But at home, that mean I'm. But I'm like, I ain't got time. That's just too much headache. I can come home and get that. So that's basically what.
And
it's the same thing.
is not spending any extra money.
Listen, I turned around and said, hey man, they trying to change my little route. They want you overnight. Nah, I ain't gonna do it. I ain't say I'm gonna do it. But again,
coming home tonight.
It just boils down. Even with this whole conversation, I think we don't want headache.
Yeah.
9 out of 10, everybody's not structured like that. Most men are just not structured to say, hey, let's plan 4 days.
Right.
A game. Now I'm tripping if I can't say, hey baby, me, pops, and my uncle, because I'm gonna go out. My thing is I try to surround myself with people she can trust. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, if I say, hey, I'm finna go with Brock, JD, she know these my brothers. Yeah. You follow what I'm saying? That's hey, men, good in myself with people you ain't got a question. Mm-hmm. Now that's just me on my end. Mm-hmm. So it ain't gonna be no.
But that's maturity, like
right. That's maturity. Yeah. Hey, I surround my. No, I don't hang with fuck niggas. You ain't gotta worry about if we doing, and if we doing, I got what I have here. Cause see, I'm just like you. I'm asshole enough. I done say, well, I done said this. I didn't have to buy the milk to get you. The hell I'm going. I
was told yesterday if I'm a cheat, I'm just gonna tell you.
I'ma just tell you. Listen,
this ain't working.
Like we have these conversations because again, that's just being mature. Listen, I ain't gonna sneak behind you.
No.
I'm not gonna do that.
No.
I'm gonna just tell you straight up. Listen, this is where
This
we at.
where we
This
at.
is what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
And you got a choice. Either you
Not
go
what you
fix
go-
the shit, or it's this. I mean,
That's right.
that's just being mature about where you at.
Yeah.
And again, but that also build the trust.
Yeah.
This Negro is real enough to say, listen, I'm coming
This
to
is
you
what
like
it's
this.
gonna
You
be.
ain't gonna never have to worry about me hiding.
Yeah.
Shit. I'ma tell you.
And he doesn't spend extra money. So
Yeah, listen, I ain't
if
got
he
time to
calls
play around
saying
like
he's
that.
paying bills and buying Benzes,
I ain't got
you a
time.
lie.
And again, that's just me.
You a lie.
That's just me. But again, that just go back to the bigger conversation of having those conversations where you can trust
Yeah.
that person to say, hey, I'm going to take that trip. Now, again, your whole premise was in the conversation I was having, well, why we don't do it. Now, I would say this. I take issues
Likewise.
with broads who
I do too.
I see that are married and most of their chips
And
are with
more,
broads than their
Your
husband. That's what I take issue with. My thing is that there should be a balance.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what that's
I don't mind. Listen, I think there's a right way to do everything. Hey, baby, listen, it's me and the girls. If we done did our little thing and we do whatever, listen, we gonna be gone 2 or 3 days or whatever. It's such and such, whatever.
Which car are you using?
Right. I mean, balance. I just see chicks who always with
With
their
their
girl.
friends.
Right.
And-
I'm like,
right.
bitch, are you married or are you
Or
single?
single,
Right. And
That's what my issue is.
And that's my
And I
issue
can
too.
understand.
That's my issue
I
too.
can totally understand that, and I know we on borrowed time. So before we close it, I do want to bring up one point. And when we closed out the conversation when we were having this whole debate about doing the trip for my boy's bachelor party and this, that, and the other, I closed it by saying this, dude. You're gonna have to do other things outside of your wife to be, because the fact of the matter is, if everything you do from here on out till death apart is together, you're not going to have any new experiences to offer her, and it's going to get stagnant. You want to be able to come to her with something new, like, hey, babe, me and the fellas, man, we saw this spot. We gotta go back.
Right.
We gotta go back
With
because
just you
I didn't
and
want to do
I.
it with them,
Yeah.
but it is something there that I want to do with you, and vice versa.
Yeah.
So
I back door on that because like before, you know what I'm saying, I even went, you know what I'm saying, the route I went, I said I'm gonna make it a point to travel the world, not just the United States. You know what I'm saying? So I literally went and got a job at Delta. And that's how I know, you know what I'm saying, the cities. I'm like, all right, we're gonna go, you know what I'm saying, out the country every year this month. You know what I'm saying? All right, when the babies come, we're gonna go to Jamaica every year because you're from Jamaica, you know what I'm saying? They gonna know their people. You know what I'm saying? So like it's a point. So just like you said, you know what I'm saying, but when I was first going, you know what I'm saying, I was going with, you know what I'm saying, people that I knew, which were, you know what I'm saying, people I grew up with, my cousin, brother, you know what I'm saying, people that really go. So like, yeah, I mean, we weren't setting stuff up. We was going and maybe we were doing different things at that point, you know what I'm saying? But like you gotta be able to experience something. So now I can go and be like, all right, so we're gonna go here, but next week this is where me and you going, you know what I'm saying? Just let it be known.
right.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. It's about a, it's about a balance. I'm a simple dude. I don't, my cup of tea is, and it's just like all of us in relationships, your cup of tea is not their cup of tea and vice versa. But again, you can still bridge those things together to do those together. Pre-marriage, I'm not getting the whole let's get together to just celebrate. You finna walk into a new, life. I mean, I'm like, now I would have a problem with that. Like, come on, dude. I don't care if we went to a bar. I don't care if we just hung out before, because now you finna step into something totally different. And for somebody who the majority of my friends are female, I see the difference. And because again, I can't talk to them and hang out. We can't hang out all and all my female friends are married. You see what I'm saying? All of them are married now. All of them. We can't go out like how we used to go out and hang and whatever. And men, but again, you should do something. I would tell that brother like, come on, dude. We gotta celebrate. We gotta celebrate this one way. It ain't gotta be the old typical strip club thing.
Right.
That's basic. If we go out and we dress nice, we say we go to a nice restaurant, toast up with some champagne bottles,
Laugh and
joke, and say, hey man, we just want to usher into a new life. You jumping on the same shit we on right now.
Right.
It should be cool. But again, I mean, I think and we don't know what's in her either.
Yeah.
We don't know what she putting in his either. Now, I know how y'all are. I know how men are. And he might just be like, well, you know what? It really ain't worth it. Even if I tell her we going dinner, even if I'm telling we going to dinner and we, she probably think I'm lying. That's still gonna be a conversation.
Where the dinner at?
Yeah.
At the strip club?
And so, you know, like I said, my only beef, because it's funny you said that, because I literally watch a young lady say something about it. Like I said, she's one of our sisters who said something about that. Like, you know, what's wrong with it? And my only statement was, is it cool for your husband too? That's all I want to know, is if it's cool for him too. Because the same way you want a break,
He want a break.
he want a break too, because he has children too.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I just think there should be a balance. I see it all the time. I be like, again, bitch, are you married? If you spend more time with your girls, then I'm questioning. I'm looking at you crazy. I'm gonna question what you really into. And I ain't talking about getting smashed by somebody else. I want to know what y'all relationship really like. I am 100 in 2019. Oh, that's my girlfriend. Is that your real
Your
girlfriend?
girlfriend or your girlfriend?
Or your
Right,
girlfriend?
right.
Because I'm gonna question that. If you want to spend more time going out with your girls than your dude, because you snap pictures for everything else.
Mm-hmm.
So just to back it up, just reverse that. This is the exact same thing with a dude. If you
I think it's, listen,
if you're doing that,
and listen,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, man, I'm gonna, and you know what? Them shots, hey, listen, them shots go both ways, because I was one of those dudes that was like, you know what? It's cool hanging with the fellas, but I'd rather be around a chick. Now, that was just me. Y'all cool, but y'all ain't got nothing off for a nigga. Well, what we gonna do, sit up and watch TV for? I get that. I'm a sport. I'd rather be over, because I think like that.
no, I'm with you.
I see niggas
Every man
always
should.
I get y'all boys, but you more with your boys than
You are with
your
your
girl.
I
And
keep it
it's
with my
about
boys.
balance. It's
Yeah, I keep
about
it with my
balance.
boys, but I dip. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, after this, where we go to the house and just chill? No, you know what I'm saying? All right, peace. I'm gonna holler at y'all.
Right. Hey, listen, I gotta get you later. And that's just really what it is, the
Say
same
we're
thing.
going to Monaco to watch some Formula One race. Let's go. I'm down.
Again,
See,
yeah, that's
a
cool.
once in a lifetime experience.
A balance versus the imbalance.
Yeah.
If you always, cause your girl should question your ass is hanging with them a little
she
too
better.
much. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And vice versa. What's up with it?
Well, she going to end up like Miss Yoda.
Come on. What's I don't know what y'all think. I don't know what anybody said about it, but I mean, again, this is conversation you must have, because somebody's dealing with it, somebody's struggling with it, somebody's complaining about it, one way or other. And let's go on and jump into Jemele Hill. We gonna say the
Jadena.
Jadena.
Her name is it Jemele or Jamil?
Jemele Hill.
You
I
know
thought
what?
it was
I don't know.
Jamil.
Okay, whatever you want to use.
Miss
Yeah,
Hill.
that's the
So
same
Miss
thing.
Hill is a new writer. She was on ESPN and she was fired, and she's now a new writer on The Atlantic.
Right.
This article actually does not come out until October, so you won't see it in The Atlantic until October. It says it's time for black athletes to leave white colleges. The tagline says they attract money and attention to the predominantly white universities that showcase them, while HBCUs struggle. What would happen if black athletes collectively decide to go to black schools? The opening story is talking about Kayvon Thibodeau from 2018, who was ranked as the top high school football player in America. He visited Florida A&M in Tallahassee, Florida, top of the highest 7 hills, and also he visited schools in Alabama and Oregon. He says, I really wanted to just learn the history of FAMU. Thibodeau, a defensive end who received a scholarship offer from the school after his freshman year in high school. I wanted to show there were more opportunities out there than just big-time Division I schools. Ultimately, and perhaps inevitably, Thibodeau announced he was going to one of the top football programs in the country, the University of Oregon. Nobody wants to eat McDonald's when you can get filet mignon, is how Thibodeau put it. But over the course of the 5 months between his visit to FAMU and his decision, he gushed about the historically black university on social media, galvanized alumni, and boosted national awareness of the institution. It was a moment of hope for HBCUs And it should have been a moment of fear for the predominantly white institutions whose collective multi-billion dollar revenues have been built largely on the exertions of quote unquote uncompensated black athletes. The NCAA reported 1.1 billion in revenue for its 2017 fiscal year, and the NCAA is the collegiate board. And so her article is saying 55% of football players in the conferences and 6% basketball players are minority, let's say minority. And so you have over half football players and basketball players playing at predominantly white schools. What would happen if these black athletes who attract money and attention to predominantly white schools showcase them or showcase their athleticism at black colleges who are struggling? Of course, HBCUs are a tagline in a lot of the new Democratic candidates. You see them talking about getting funding to HBCUs. I know Elizabeth Warren has talked about it. I know Bernie Sanders. They're making an issue of concentrating federal funds to HBCUs. And what Ms. Hill is saying, what if these athletes who are courted by white institutions, they include, let's just say, include in their search also the black schools? What would that mean for the black universities and colleges?
So
Okay, go ahead.
no, so what I was gonna read, because you read from a different article, right?
I'm writing. This is the article that's going to come out in October.
Okay, right. So the one that we were talking about, this is from Fox News. Jemele Hill calls for black athletes to leave white college draws charge of pro-segregation racism. Um, Right, that mostly white school multi-billion dollar revenue have been built on exertions of black athletes, claiming that an elite black athlete attending a HBCU raises awareness of the institution whose endowment combined are less than half. In that transition, you are hurting the HBCUs because you're taking your talent where you think will best put you in a position to get in the league, when the truth is, if you do the numbers, most of your African American football players, especially in the Hall of Fame, come from where? HBCU. That's not knowing the history of football. You just know I'm trying to get to the league, but you're ending that Doug Williams, Jerry Rice, and I can go down the list. McNair. I can go down the list of black athletes. What's up, B?
And what both of y'all said, I'll start with the good doctor. You said what would happen. I mean, obviously it'd be a shit at 1.1 billion. I'm gonna give you what college, what HBCU athletic department got the most money. There you go. PV. 18 million. That's pennies.
That's compared
in comparison.
Yeah.
So the fact of the matter is, total dynamic, and I'm not saying that. I think tough job of promoting the success stories that come out of there. You named athletes, but I'm gonna hit you with this. If you look at the numbers, percent of black judges in the percent of our lawyers, 50% of our black doctors, 40% of our black members of Congress, and 40% of our engineers come from HBCUs. That even includes the Democratic nominee, the one that's up for a nomination for president.
Yeah.
Kamala Harris, Senator Kamala, HBCU. At least she went to Howard.
Yeah, I went to Howard.
So it's not just about the athletics. We have to do Kamala Harris. Do a better job of promoting our success stories. Those numbers are huge, and we don't put that out there. If we start to put that out there and say, look, you can be successful going to a historically black college, maybe, just maybe, we can start getting that shift. But I mean, as long as cash is king,
and as long as you, anybody else something else to say? What's up?
I kind of want to jump in there because I kind of agree with you both, but I kind of don't, because like you said something about TV in, you know what I'm saying, backing them. TV's not going to allow, you know what I'm saying, African Americans when it's going to HBCUs to take over, because, you know what I'm saying, the people that back them were boosters, you know what I'm saying, who are already $1 million. Those are the people who run it. This is just me thinking, you know what I'm saying, on this side. I'm not saying that. You know what I'm saying if some of the type, but you would have to get some pub like LeBron James was getting when he was in high school. You have to give him a numerous amount of athletes like that to go. Now they'll go there. You know what I'm saying. But the good thing now is that California, their legislature just passed a law that, you know what I'm saying, the players, they can get paid off their name and likeness. South Carolina just introduced it, so other people are going to be doing it. But the reason why they're doing it, these are people that are doing it that already have money that's kind of pushing it. So the main reason why they did it to South Carolina is because of who? The quarterback for Clemson. I don't care what anybody says. You know what I'm saying? Because he's, you know what I'm saying, they literally said last year that this dude is the next coming Jesus. That's what they said about this dude. You know what I'm saying? I'm not hating, you know what I'm saying, but we have black quarterbacks that, you know what I'm saying, smashed his numbers last year, but weren't even in the top 10, you know what I'm saying, nationally ranked. So, you know what I'm saying, the equivalence is not going to be equal. I'm not saying don't go to a HBCU. By all means, I want them to blow up, but if you really think that they're going to give HBCUs, you know what I'm saying, the same amount of money and attention that they give Alabama, Tennessee, UCLA, and that UCLA has sucked for years and they still get money. USC, you know what I'm saying, TV, you know what I'm saying, so
Texas.
Even but I'm saying, you remember when Texas was horrible? They're gonna because they have politicians, you know what I'm saying, just like you just said, those people that's pushing. Think about the number of those that came from, you know what I'm saying, Alabama, you know what I'm saying, Tennessee, you know what I'm saying,
Clemson.
But those are the people that's pushing it. You know what I'm saying? They're pushing their agenda from where he's at. You know what I'm saying, from behind.
What was the coach? Hold on. What was the coach? The old coach for Grambling, legendary coach. What was his name?
With the Eddie
Robinson.
Eddie Robinson. Yeah.
So it's like this. I understand where you're coming from because, again, you're right. But what happened in Eddie Robinson era? Because that's what I equate basically to. What happened in the Eddie Robinson era when he was at Grambling? You had to come to him. See, it didn't matter. Because the money has always been there. The TV has always been there for schools. But what Jemele Hill is saying is, you're still going to change the money. Yesterday, I watched on ESPN3. I specifically was looking for at college football. I watched Norfolk play against whoever the hell who was a D1 school. They're still on TV. What Jemele Hill is you're taking the money. See, you're going to Ohio State for that quarterback.
Right.
But if the Ohio State quarterback went to whatever HBCU is in Ohio,
you would go there.
We ain't changing the money because, of course, white folks got more money than us in the school. Yeah. What she's saying is you're changing the dynamic of where you're coming to. You're not going to Ohio State now to look at him. You ain't going to Syracuse to look at the running back. No, you finna go to that.
It started with
because see what was happening was yes it does. Eddie Robinson, listen, you have to know the history of Eddie Robinson was going
football. You know what I'm saying? That's not true, bro.
My brother, I played football on the college level. I understand how it works. I done had coaches. Hold up. No, I'm not. I done had coaches to come to my house on a Sunday. I understand how recruiting works. What I'm saying to you is
recruiting. We're talking about them seeing themselves on TV. That's what we're
talking about. Listen, and they still start with who teaches. You were just said earlier when it comes to financial education, who's teaching it? If it's not being taught at home, what changed was the parents. What changed was the coaches. When those D1 schools start going to Duncanville, DeSoto, South Oak Cliff, and everything else, who they talk to? Those black colleges stopped going to the coaches. Those black colleges stopped going to the parents. Eddie Robinson, hold up.
Black people went to Duncanville.
No, listen, I'm not. What I'm saying is what I'm saying to you is listen to what I'm saying, my brother.
I'm listening.
What I'm saying is what changed is no different than what you said when it comes to financial education and credit and anything else. At home. It started at home. When you have a mother and a daddy that's pushing the D1, he's going to go D1. When you have a coach that's pushing D1, he's going to go to D1 because that's who he's listening to.
I agree with you.
So that's what I'm saying.
But I agree with you. I said to the numbers. I said you have to have multiple. On a large, that's what I'm saying. On a large scale, that's what I said. Well, regardless, I'm saying me and him could be number 1 and 2 in the nation. He can go to Norfolk State and I can go to PV. Ain't nobody gonna give a damn next We're gonna be on there. But what I'm saying is, it has to be multiple. It has to be multiple because the money speaks from the. You know what I'm saying? The big, bruh, they are making billions.
Yes, they are.
That's what I'm saying. I'm agreeing with you, but what I'm saying is, it's gonna have to be multiple. You know what I'm saying? Youngsters. You know what I'm saying? That are 5-star. Ain't no 3 and 4-star.
Well,
5-star.
If you look at the statistics, who played with Jerry Rice? You don't remember nobody with Jerry Rice at Mississippi Valley State.
I'm not saying that the 5-star athlete can't go. You know what I'm saying? Down there, he's gonna. Hey, if you
gonna
take
do
the
what he
best,
do.
if you take the best, you know what I'm saying, defensive end in America, black dude. You know what I'm saying? Well, he ain't black. He's mixed with something. And he go to what? He's gonna be on. ESPN every ranked, and then they're gonna go smash.
Right. So,
You know,
so we do agree. So what I'm saying, so I agree with you, but again, there's still a step, and I'll give you a prime example of that. When I was first introduced to Howard Payne University, they were a school that just started out, just acquired a football team. They were an all-girl private university. Come to Navarro, hey, listen, we like you. We would love for you to come play for our football team. We the program. I said, hell no. I was one of them dudes. I ain't never heard of no Mary Hart Baylor. My brother went to Mary Hart Baylor. They was all right.
Son go.
They are they are national champions now. I get what you're saying. That's not going to be realistic. But if that running back go and he see his boy went there, what I'm saying is it's a building process.
We got to start.
It's a building.
Somewhere.
We're never going to take the money from these big universities because their money is too big.
Yeah.
USC. What Jemele Hill is simply saying is you disrupt the flow of everything because now you ain't got all the 5-star athletes. And she's just saying, hey, and that's why I said
divert the money over there.
And all I say is it start with mamas, it start with families, it start with the coaches.
What's up? Too, if I may. Also, too, HBCUs have to. Well, I know a few that they don't look as good as the quote unquote your.
They're not as aesthetically pleasing.
Right. For example, my wife, she went to Clark Atlanta University. So right up the road, you got, what is it, Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
We just went up there last month. You can see like it's
out the side of the highway.
It's like a complete different. Like it looks completely different. Georgia, they got coaches. You know what I'm saying? They got like buses. You know what I'm saying? Like
their own bus line.
Yeah, their own bus line. Clark Atlanta, from what I've been told, Clark Atlanta is you don't have that.
This is
you know
Clark
what I'm saying?
Watch
this.
Clark Atlanta in the middle of you know what I'm saying, Spelman, you know what I'm saying, Morehouse.
If y'all remember in the news, you remember when the players for Grambling said that they wouldn't go play until their facilities was upgraded.
So why would I go if I'm ranked number 1 in the nation, right? Let's say I'm the number 1 defensive back in the nation. Why would I go to, let's say, Morehouse or Clark Atlanta when I can go to
Alabama?
Alabama, or I can go to Georgia.
You see, they stay.
You know what I'm saying?
But you know what? But you know where they come from. But you know where they come from. But again, that's still. But again, the root of it is still going to go start back at home.
But that's
because here's why.
If I'm right, I get what you're saying. It starts
they're
at
looking
home.
at the lights, but who taught them the lights? Because you only go do right.
But that's
who
the
taught
type
them
of
the
era
lights?
we in. We're in a different type of era now.
That's the only reason I don't agree with you. The only place I agree with you, I think you're right, but I think that money should be first in home. You know what I'm saying? Because we need, you know what I'm saying, these schools, these TV stations money into the HBCUs, like they pumping money, you know what I'm saying, into when you do that, you know what I'm saying, then when it starts getting on an even playing field, then
but why should they do that when you don't even pump into your own school?
So let me ask you
why should you want them to do it?
Black people that graduate from HBCUs are giving just as much.
No, but what you're saying is when the money comes to the school, I'm not going to go to that school.
That's not
I'm going to go to
that's not what I'm saying.
The big banking
That's
school.
not what I said. I said that the you know what I'm saying, what is it? NCAA needs to start money. The TV stations need to start giving their money to
But
HBCUs.
why?
Because they're giving it to the big universities.
But you don't even give to your own school because you won't even go. And when I say you, I'm talking about the black
But
collective.
that's what I'm saying. But they do.
They're saying
They do though.
Okay, so
they're
HBCUs
saying,
do.
why should we give to your school when you choose to go to Alabama and Oregon to be educated to play for people who will call you nigger if you miss and run?
Okay, so here's, hold on, good doctor. So
why should I do it when you don't even do it?
No, listen. So here's what she's asking. So what she's basically saying is, what you're saying is, money first, then put the players in the position to say they want to go.
Them over there.
And what the good doctor, on the other hand, is saying is, no, you take the money there. No, you go there because they're following the player.
Yeah.
So
why would I, but again, it goes back to what I said, bro. Why would I go to this HBCU that's really not gonna put me in a position in the next 2, 3, 4 years?
Yeah, well,
there's no guarantee that if I go to Alabama,
it ain't now.
But it's a bigger.
If it come down to it, they're going to look out for them, and that is why they succeed because we don't look out for us.
But
looking out for our institutes of higher education. White is right, and that's what it says in this article. We think subliminally white is right. The education at Alabama may not even compare to the education at Prairie View. Listen, if you're going to go and chase a ball, I need you to chase more than a ball. I need you to get an education too, son. And from what it looks like, as someone who opposes this whole sports thing, and he and I already had this conversation. If our son is courted for football, I'm trying to see what your reading scores are like, what your education is in us when we don't invest in us because we say to ourselves, well, my chances are better. Chances for what? If you're good, you're good. I always tell people, your child could go to a failing school. It has nothing to do with them. If they're good, they're going to thrive in an A school or a C school. If my son is good chasing a ball up and down a field, he will be good at Prairie View. He will be good at Alabama. What I know to be true is the boosters at Alabama don't care nothing about my black child. But they're going to look out for their program.
But they
not necessarily my child.
But
I need to be concerned about my son.
But their preview quarterback may suck. I may be good, but that Prairie View quarterback may suck. And
you can't give me the rock.
Right. If I can't get the rock, but this quarterback at Alabama or whatever
got the best line in the
best line in the nation. So
that's why I said
that's where I'm gonna go.
So you know what I'm saying? The money's gonna lure them. I'm not saying the money's gonna lure them. The money's gonna make, you know what I'm saying, the campus, the stadium, you know what I'm saying, the locker room more even playing field. That's what I'm saying. They're gonna put the money into there to make, you know what I'm saying, just like Monopoly. They're putting the money. I'm telling them, give them the money to make their stadium, their, you know what I'm saying, their dorms. Georgia Tech has the old Olympic dorms for the Olympic athletes.
Yeah.
Clark, you know what I'm saying? I'm serious. I went to Morehouse for that summer. There's 4 beds in there in one dorm room.
Right.
Like, come on. You know what I'm saying? They need to pump more. And I say they pump more money to the HBCUs for them to, you know what I'm saying, not even get on the same level, but at least
be able, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And again, it's one of those things, and why we having this conversation, because it is that
it's like a
catch-22. It is because the thing is right because the thing is again I get all sides of it, and again I promote our students because the truth is you're bringing money to that college.
Yeah,
you are.
It
doesn't really matter about the boosters. Our best athletes who are in these inner cities for the money.
Yeah,
that is why the coaches get the big $1 million paydays.
Right.
If what I'm saying is in the same way that these white recruits, that these white coaches are pushing and advocating for them to come, call him Soup out of Oak Cliff. He went to Skyline High School.
I remember Soup.
He went to University of Texas.
Yep.
We beat the hell out that brother. He wasn't coach. We come out in the same era. Now, I said it starts at home. What I'm saying is in the Eddie Robinson era, in today's parents, what changed then is how they were taught.
Yeah.
Eddie Robinson then went to your house. Listen, mama.
We're gonna look out for your child. Yeah.
We're gonna look after him. We're gonna make sure he's okay. That's how he was able to get the good players.
Yeah.
That's why he
or
was,
Eddie Robinson.
that's what I'm saying. You don't have any more Eddie Robinsons now because now you got the coaches that are saying
Eddie Robinson's on the
D1
on the
side.
Alabamas now.
Yeah.
You know why?
Yeah.
Because
They own
they
that.
pay them money.
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
They
Yeah.
looking
The money.
right.
It goes
And
to the money.
it goes back to
that.
right. Mentality has changed.
Yeah.
But if you saying, listen, son, you got the skill. Trust me, I don't give a damn where you go. You go into
Your
the league.
gift will make room
Your
for
gift
you.
is go make enough noise that you
That's
go make
right.
it to the league.
I
And
love
what I'm
that.
saying is we just stopped teaching that.
I love that 100%. My grandma taught me that. But when you see the dorm room, you know what I'm saying, at Georgia Tech, and you see the dorm room in Prairie View, you do not want to go to Prairie View.
Yeah.
I hear you, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? As a 19-year-old, and I was there, I hated that school.
Yeah.
I, you know,
I can
I
mention
got
Texas
so
College.
when I had to leave, you know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, when you 18 and 19, and you, especially
That's
if you
true.
come from the hood, you really born and raised in the hood, and you go see, you know what I'm saying, Grambling, actually, I ain't gonna say Grambling. Grambling's not as bad. But you go see Florida A&M, like, and then you go across the street and
To
you see
Fat-
Miami.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Florida State.
Or Florida State, and then you be
Florida
like,
State,
oh
yeah.
no, you know what I'm saying? And they had you know what I'm
Literally
saying, the smoke
across
coming
the
out.
street,
They done gave you the
yes.
whole, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
uniform. You get
You're
to take
right.
pictures, you know what I'm saying, through
Yeah.
your pictures. Where you gonna go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
you gotta get the
Baylor.
money. You know what I'm saying?
Baylor.
And then, you know what I'm saying, not trying to be funny, like, you can't say not none of these the top 10 schools, you know what I'm saying, that's getting all these recruits. Hey, you get a degree from there compared to a degree from here.
Yeah.
It's not even comparable.
Yeah.
That's
It's
my-
like you automatically.
Yeah,
It's like,
that's-
well, I'm gonna cut you off. My brother,
Yeah.
he graduated from Texas A&M. One of the things that they told him right when he got out of college, you had that, and you got a degree, you automatically
Part of
in
the
there,
12
man.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You automatically in.
My sister graduated from Alabama. She got her undergrad at A&M. She graduated from Alabama. I don't think she got it. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you already won. You know what I'm saying? As long as the name ain't Dasha Shawanique, you know what I'm saying? They be like, they say it on there like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, yeah, we're really interested. And then she come in and be like, you know what? It's okay because she's here and here. You know?
Right. Yeah, like I said, man, you know, we
But
get
know
it.
that
It's go-
FAMU is a higher rated school than FSU. Just make sure you know that.
we get it. You know, again, it's an it'll be an ongoing debate. Again, you know, what's up?
I do want to say one thing before you close it out, just from a consumer standpoint. Man, if all the top-notch black athletes went to HBCUs, the game would be lit from start to finish.
Yeah.
Man.
It'd be like
Including
Miami
the
all over
halftime
again.
show.
Oh, man.
So I just had to throw that in
You
there
wanna know how it look?
just to lighten it up.
You wanna know how it look? The old school Miami. That's exactly how it would look.
Oh,
They be
man.
going up against school. Man, think about all teams like that.
Yeah.
It'd be a college Super Bowl every weekend.
Yeah,
I just
and-
had to throw that in there.
No, I mean,
oh my God.
No, I mean, and
Yeah.
again, that's what we really want. That's basically what Jemele Hill is saying. I mean, but it has to start somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, and that's all that article was about. You know, in the article, you know, talking about she was being, you know, pro segregation. No, she's understanding that again. Y'all using and abusing them because you really ain't teaching them nothing. And the truth is that everybody that goes to these institutions are not going to. Your numbers are slim. You got over 300 something D1 schools. It's slim. Yeah, it look good you in your uniform and you might play again. Like I said, Super was at Texas. Did he wind in the league? My uncle played for, and I live in Philadelphia. Yeah, he was nice.
A bit big. It was the wrong time.
He was nice, but
He would have
he
to
still
be
got whooped at the end of the day. We played against him, and he ain't never beat us.
I mean, football's the ultimate team sport, though.
You
Yeah.
went to, where'd you go to?
I come out of Kimball.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
I don't know why I thought it was he went to Carter.
No,
That's one of my
see,
other
there you go.
colleagues. No, that's one of my other colleagues. His name's Jonathan Scott. Shout
Yeah.
out
So
to
you know,
Scott.
like I said, man, it's for me. I advocate for parents to send them to these schools because I understand where the talent go, the money goes. It's just really what you're never going to be able to compete on these D1 that got these over, you know, 4-5 million damn. It's more than compete. You are doing it. The money, some of that money back to schools. That's why they're not growing. That's the funding. We need our athletes, our superior athletes in these schools to bring that attention to money. Then you can go into the TV contracts and all that
And
other
have
good
great
stuff.
dorm.
Yeah, I mean that's what it is. Texas College is horrible. When I come out of school, they didn't even have phone lines. You have to use a payphone. That was Texas College. CME back school. So you talking about run down? I know what you're talking about, but again, we need our athletes again, and we need to go back to teaching and caring, and that is more than just the lights. It's more than the fancy uniforms.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
It's bigger than that.
Yeah, it's just bigger than that. It's just being conscious.
I tell my daughter all the time. My wife and I tell my daughter all the time. HBCU.
That's it.
Yeah.
HBCU.
Because where you're lacking in that, you might not have the nicest dorm room at the end of the world. Life ain't gonna be nice, but you might get something from it. And like I said,
different from a
It sure enough is. PWC.
Yeah, it is what it is. So listen, man, we want to thank you guys for tuning in to our show. Like us on Facebook. Subscribe to us on YouTube, because this will be on YouTube later on today. Follow us on SoundCloud. We're on Spotify. We're on Anchor Pod. Be updated and uploaded if you miss any part of this show later on today. Want to thank our guests for coming in, man. My brother, businessman. Also, don't forget he's an artist as well.
Oh yeah.
Our live stream, man, again, that is a Facebook issue. It has absolutely nothing to do with us. Until next Sunday, we are out of here. Yeah, man. Damn, I don't know what's going on. We doing a little bit better. Man, that was great. That was cool.